Let us pray. God of wonder and wisdom, you call each of us to many tasks in the course of a lifetime. For some, there could be no higher calling than educating others. Today, we come to inaugurate Dr. Patricia Draves as the 15th president of Monmouth College, celebrating her gifts of teaching, leadership, and administration. Rooted in the legacy of Monmouth College, we are blessed by Dr. Draves' return to our midst. Guide her in her service here, O God. Grant her the wisdom to make decisions that matter. Grant her the vision to dream beyond the boundaries of the ordinary and the courage to take the risks required to realize those dreams. Grant her patience and understanding as she meets the challenges that lie ahead. Legacy is about life and living. It's about learning from the past, living in the present, and building for the future. Thus we have come, students, faculty, staff, parents, alumni, board members, benefactors, friends, and family. We come to celebrate this day with Dr. Draves because we care about her, this college, and our future together. As we support her in her service, may we offer her the counsel, wise counsel, compassionate advice, and genuine friendship. Amen. Please be seated. Now I invite to the podium the Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mark Kopinski.
Straight from the heart of everyone who here has college life begun, comes sounding through the balmy air this fervent wish, this heartfelt prayer. O God, thy blessing we implore on Monmouth College evermore. May all our efforts ever be to honor thee. Sturdy the band of pioneers who planted for the coming years. Sturdy the ones who here are met to reach the goal therefore they're set. O God, thy blessing we implore on Monmouth College evermore. May all our efforts ever be to honor thee. Loyal to God and native land, for Monmouth College we will stand. Stand for the college ever dear, and for the right we all revere. O God, thy blessing we implore on Monmouth College evermore. May all our efforts ever be to honor thee.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Monmouth College, to the inaugural ceremony of Dr. Patricia H. Draves as the 15th president of Monmouth College. My name is Mark Kopinski. It is my honor to serve as the chair of the Monmouth College Board of Trustees, but it is also an even greater honor to be a 1979 graduate of this college. On behalf of the Monmouth College Board of Trustees, I bring you greetings from my fellow trustees. Welcome to President Draves and Jeff, delegates from other colleges, universities and organizations, members of the church, members of the Monmouth Warren community, our distinguished Monmouth College faculty, staff, and students, fellow Monmouth College alumni, former Monmouth College presidents, honored guests, family members and friends, as well as those who are joining us virtually. Today is a very special day in the life of this amazing 171-year-old college. Is it an exciting day? Because is it a day we celebrate our diverse, rich heritage and legacy. Those women and men who came before us to establish, guide, and lead this school we all love so well. This inauguration is a covenant, a declaration of our collective commitment to Monmouth College. It is not an occasion we give the new president a list of expectations and sit back and just see what happens. No, we have our responsibilities to play in this part. Today, we, the Monmouth College family, alumni, friends, faculty, current and former students, we have a goal to support the incoming president, Patricia Draves. President Draves, each of us will renew our commitment to the mission and core values of Monmouth. On this day, let us state our commitment to you publicly without reservation. We commit to support Dr. Draves' leadership to advance the values of Monmouth in this rapidly changing world. We commit ourselves to lifelong learning and advocate for the role education plays in an advanced world. We commit to shaping our communities through service and through leadership. And finally, we commit ourselves to Monmouth College. Today is one more milestone in the life of the college. Dr. Draves, we look to you to prove the vision and leadership that will transform our hopes and dreams into a reality. Today is also a day we look forward to the future. Monmouth has a very exciting future because of leadership, vision, and enthusiasm that Dr. Draves brings to Monmouth, the Monmouth presidency. And she should know that she has our full-throated, full-hearted support. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon, and thank you, Dr. Draves, for your commitment to this caring community of learners and students. We are empowered to realize their full potential, live meaningful lives, pursue successful careers, and shape their communities and the world through service and leadership. Now I bring you Mark Wilhart.
Hello, I'm Mark Wilhart, Vice President of Academic Affairs, and I'm also Dean of the Faculty, and today I'm delighted to welcome President Draves on the faculty's behalf. President Draves, I know that you will soon be speaking on the theme Rooted in Legacy, Growing Our Future, but I'd already been thinking about legacies as I considered how to welcome you today. My father, a great wit who taught English here for 4 decades, was often asked to speak on such occasions, so he was on my mind. And for those of you who know my father, I will tell you he was particularly on my mind when I wrote that sentence, because he said, "Did you just call me a great twit, Junior?" So too was the notion that one can both be and receive legacies on a college campus. Indeed, through Dad, I am both. When I joined the faculty here in 2000, I became a second-generation Monmouth College professor. Not a traditional collegiate legacy, to be sure, but a collegiate legacy nonetheless. Still, if a legacy is also that which gets passed down, that which we inherit, then part of my Nepo baby legacy is my father's passion for teaching, too. And there is no legacy stronger on Monmouth's campus than the legacy of distinguished teachers who have populated its halls. This includes the group of talented teachers, performers, writers, and most importantly, teachers sitting here. If you ask any Monmouth graduate in the crowd, no matter the generation, they can produce a litany of their professors. For them, as for students throughout the history of the college, those names largely are Monmouth College. Being a Monmouth College professor becomes synonymous with being the institution itself, because the legacy of excellence in the classroom and mentoring in the office survives the years. Like those great names of the past, these faculty have dedicated their careers to the hard work of teaching and to turning young adults into students, students into scholars, and scholars into citizens. I know that your husband, Jeff, who we're also welcoming today, understands this all too well, having been a student here in the 80s. I'm sure that if we stop him at the after party, he can recite his own litany of beatified profs. But you both understand it from the inside, as it were, too, from your time teaching here in the early 2000s. As founder of our biochemistry program, you took your scholarly interest and turned it into a benefit for students. There is no more indicative act of great teaching than this. It continues a legacy that has always put students at the center of the collegiate experience. Some legacies are embodied in traditions like this inauguration itself. Others are inherited as dispositions, as character. Throughout its 171-year history, the faculty of Monmouth College has proven itself flexible and resilient in the face of change, grounded in its intellectual pursuits, assured in the ideal that pursuing liberal education remains the best way for people to fulfill their dreams, and committed to keeping students absolutely central to the enterprise we share. Without focus on our students, there can be no way to measure and appreciate growth, and no purpose to our legacy itself. President Draves, we know you understand and honor all of this. Having been a faculty member here, you understand what it is to be one of us, even as you now lead us into the college's next phase. We know that you appreciate the generations of hard work that is distilled into this current faculty. We welcome you as we look forward to growing our future together, building on the legacies handed to us even as we come together in the service of our students to grow our own legacies. Welcome, President Draves. And now I welcome Roger Haynes to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'm Roger Haynes, class of 1982. I currently serve the college as an athletic director for many years, after many years in coaching positions. I'm proud to speak today on behalf of the staff members of Monmouth College. An often overlooked part of our legacy at Monmouth are the contributions from every tradesman, custodian, and cook that have worked on this campus to serve the students since 1853. I worked summer jobs with the carpenters and painters on campus as a young coach, and I learned from Dean St. Ledger, Roy Dober, Bill Burkett. Those are some of the finest men I've ever known. They were committed to their jobs and to the students of Monmouth College. Through my decades at Monmouth, I've come to know people in every office on campus that are dedicated professionals to the students they serve. Electricians, carpenters, painters, business office workers, librarians, custodians, student life office workers, and marching band leaders serve our students without the recognition they so often deserve. Of course, I must mention the members of the athletic department coaching staff who serve a key role in helping our substantial number of student athletes learn leadership and teamwork as they compete in Division III athletics. During my time here as a student, Coach Bobby Wool and Dr. Terry Glasgow taught me to appreciate the hard work and history that are Monmouth College. I learned that those staff members who are most successful provide a positive experience and are supportive of the students they work with. I challenge my fellow staff members to recognize one fact, and it's non-negotiable. Each of us will leave a legacy at Monmouth College. The question is not whether you leave a legacy, but exactly what kind of legacy we will leave. I ask you to strive every day to have a positive effect on our students and those we come in contact with. Since 1853, limited facilities and locations haven't stood in the way of those that want to find a better way. I managed to coach indoor track and field without an indoor facility for over 20 years. Those athletes didn't let that stand in their way for a shot at success. Dr. Giese, thank you for your vision of what the Huff Center could do for our college. Our proudest day annually is, of course, when our students walk across the stage here at Wallace Hall to become graduates. It's taken a collection of workers from the sports information director, the athletic trainer, to the equipment manager to get our students over the finish line. Each of those staff members support our students as they develop into well-prepared adults. It's my hope that administrators, faculty, and staff realize that our students are not going to remember everything that you say, but they most certainly will remember how you made them feel. Let's keep that in mind. The positive relationships are what make Monmouth College special. History shows us that great things happen at Monmouth. It's my hope to see Monmouth continue as an outstanding institution that produces graduates ready to take on the world. I'm also interested to see the greatness Monmouth College can achieve under the direction of President Draves and those that support her mission as the 15th president of Monmouth College. President Draves, good luck and best wishes for the future. Thank you.
So good afternoon. My name is Camilla Graham, and I would like to welcome everyone to the celebration of the inauguration of President Draves. So the theme of today's inauguration is Rooted in Legacy, Growing Our Future. So my mother, Kezia Scott, is a Monmouth College alumni, and she graduated here in 2000. And I remember fun memories of coming back for homecoming, and I remember she would often tell me how Monmouth is such a close-knit, inviting, kind community, and that they always go above and beyond for the people a part of it, and how every time that she met somebody, it was always a truly warm, pleasurable, and genuine experience. And that is what makes Monmouth special. It is amazing that over 20 years later, Monmouth College still has that same legacy of being a tight-knit, welcoming, and supportive community. And it's because of this wonderful legacy we have here at Monmouth that I've been able to grow my own future. Since coming to Monmouth, I have joined Alpha Zeta Delta, have been able to help better our college community through Residence Life, Scott Student Senate, to cheer on my fellow Scots as a cheerleader, and to share how special our college is with prospective students as a Scott ambassador, and did some really cool research with the chemistry department over the summer. And my experience at Monmouth College also demonstrates another legacy of our college, which is seeing the potential in students and helping them grow into future leaders. So I had met President Draves this summer when she had attended the Doc Keefe summer research presentations, and later when some of us in Doc Keefe had participated in her photo shoot. And that is when I found out how hilarious President Draves is. But more importantly, I remember thinking to myself how refreshing her energy is. And when you talk to her, you can tell how authentic and genuine she really is, and that she truly loves our college and the students here. Furthermore, her character embodies and represents the legacy and welcoming and friendly spirit of our college. From eating in the cafeteria with all of us students, to even taking the time to come to the involvement fair and meet every single student organization on campus, President Draves has already begun to establish a legacy on campus of being a down-to-earth and kind president. In this short time, she's already poured so much into our campus, and I know I speak for everyone when I say we're still excited to see how our campus will continue to grow and blossom with President Draves as our president. So on behalf of the students at Monmouth, we want to welcome President Draves back to Monmouth.
What a beautiful day. Thank you, President Draves, for asking me to speak today as we inaugurate you as the 15th president of the greatest liberal arts college in the world. My name is Mark Tupper, representing the Alumni Association as its president. It has been a true honor, and I thank the entire board for their dedication of time and talents to further the legacy of Monmouth College and assist in growing our future. Many of the current and former board members walked in the processional today, representing their respective class years, and I know they are smiling with me and enjoying this moment fully. What we call our elevator pitch supports everything about this day. We are storytellers from the past who meet in the present to help ensure the future of Monmouth College. Merriam-Webster has a few definitions of what legacy means, but I believe the most fitting is this: legacy is something transmitted by or received from an ancestor or predecessor or from the past. Now, I don't know about you, but standing on this very stage in front of the iconic Wallace Hall, what more legacy do you need? Rooted in legacy for 171 years, we all owe Reverend David Wallace, our first president, for having the vision to create an institution this magnitude so long ago. One of my favorite quotes from our Wikipedia page, I have to quote it correctly, okay? I don't want to get in trouble. We must educate whether there be peace or war, when all of the male students, many faculty members, and some trustees left to fight the Civil War. In the audience today, I know that all of you have been touched by the legacy of Monmouth College in some way. I started to make a list of the audience members here today who have been impacted by the legacy of Monmouth College, and I'd like to go through that list now. This should take about 35 minutes or so, but the shade's coming out a little bit over here, so. Trustees, alumni, former students, current and former members of the alumni board, current faculty, retired faculty, current support staff and administration, retired support staff and administration, community leaders, that's just to name a few, family members of Monmouth College alumni, and I won't name every possible link here, but I do know there are spouses of alumni here that feel that magic and that legacy. Jeff, I think you can agree as a member of our exemplary alumni, watching your wife begin to grow our future is exciting. I have the distinct pleasure to meet with Dr. Draves personally to discuss all things Monmouth, but can assure you she has her eyes set on growing our future. Our conversations have been laser focused and have included, just to name a few, building social capital, narrowing down our focus to accomplishing a few things per year and nailing them, bridging the gap with graduating seniors to the alumni network for potential opportunities, the Alumni Association providing a personal touch to new students with increased communication. And we know that alumni engagement equals intellectual capital that we need to tap into. Let's face it, schools in our peer group are closing. Higher education has been at this imaginary crossroads for a while now, but Dr. Draves has a proven track record of building successful programs at Mount Union University, and Graceland University. But let's not forget, she was also a chemistry professor here from 2002 to 2006, so she understands the Monmouth College magic and legacy. We have the horsepower in place to take Monmouth College into the next 171 years. Thank you, Dr. Draves, for inviting me to speak to this beautiful crowd today. Welcome, and we wish you well.
Good afternoon. My name is Rod Davies. I'm a member of the class of 1974, and I'm also the mayor of the city of Monmouth. President Draves, as the mayor of Monmouth, it is my distinct pleasure to officially welcome you and your family back to the Maple City. As someone who previously worked at the college and lived in Monmouth, you and Jeff are very aware the city of Monmouth and Monmouth College have a long history of collaboration and cooperation. You and I are both keenly aware that a healthy community supports and nurtures the college, and that a healthy college enhances our larger community in so many ways, economically, culturally, intellectually, and socially. Simply put, our community cannot prosper without a thriving and vibrant college, and the college cannot attain its goals without a strong host community. As a lifelong resident of Monmouth, I have both recognized and appreciated the need for a strong bond between the community and the college, which bolsters and sustains both entities. My years as mayor have witnessed an increase in the scope and diversity of the city-college projects and initiatives, from internships to class projects to ongoing cooperative programs. The city and college are bound together in many beneficial ways for the good of both. I look forward to building on that proud legacy with you. The successful partnership we enjoy is like any partnership. It's dependent on effective and open communications. Effective partnering will be even more critical in the future as both the city and the college face considerable challenges. We need to be creative in developing effective solutions, and I'm confident that we will. Many of your new neighbors are graduates of Monmouth College who, like alumni from earlier generations, contribute to the daily life of our community. There are bankers, attorneys, educators, entrepreneurs, and community leaders. Virtually every profession in this city is represented by a Monmouth graduate, and I am proud to count myself as one of them. Monmouth College is important to us as a place where we learned so much about the world and about ourselves. We watch with pride as the college continues to grow, both physically and in academic prestige. We look forward to the guidance and inspiration that you will bring to our college, and we also look forward to our future collaboration, both on campus and in our city, as we work together to make our shared community a great place to call home. You have already integrated into the community and quickly become an active and influential member of some important local organizations. Welcome back to your new hometown, President Draves. It's a pleasure to have you and Jeff back in our city. Thank you so very much. I welcome Benjamin and William Draves to the podium, I think, for some personal perspective. Mom appreciates that.
I'll let you know.
We'll see.
Good afternoon. My brother and I are the twin boys of our mom, Patricia Draves. Not only are we very excited to be here to celebrate with Monmouth College, we're also very excited to be back here because we used to live here. As we grew up here, we participated in a number of things, including the Warren County soccer team at the YMCA, riding bikes all around town, including down the hill over here. And then we are also proud Harding Elementary School graduates. We very much enjoyed growing up here. We also know how much our mom loves this place, the college, and the town. She loves it so much, she married an alumni. She loved it so much, she decided to raise a family and her career here. And then she loved it so much, she decided to return and help lead the college into the future.
Our mom is a compassionate, organized, joyful, and enduring leader. And while these qualities are key assets in her role as a college president, they manifest in slightly different ways in her role as a mother, especially as a mother of twin teenage boys. When William and I were on summer break during middle school and high school, we were greeted daily by a list of tasks to complete, left diligently and lovingly by our mother. These lists were situated carefully by the coffee pot to ensure that we couldn't feign incompetence and claim that we had not seen them. While these tasks on these lists varied in difficulty and scope, vacuum the living room, weed the back gardens, clean out the garage, there were also included something a little bit sweeter. Try the new coffee, it's great. Make sure to watch the Olympic highlights, Michael Phelps is insane. Here's a few bucks, why don't you grab a Panera cookie? These lists taught William and I a lot, but perhaps the most important, that working hard and showing up every day never has to be at the expense of having fun and finding joy in the everyday work. These values instilled in us as teenagers, our mom carries into her role today. You can expect a leader who works hard and make sure everyone is finding joy in the work as it happens.
Now, one thing our family likes to do is make all major decisions when we're on vacation for some reason, whether that be career or where we're going on the next vacation. The decision was the same for Monmouth. She brought it up, my mom brought it up to us when we were in line for the new ride, Cosmic Rewind at Disney, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy new theme ride. So as we were in line, she brought up the idea of possibly moving back to Monmouth, and that was very exciting. Now, it could be because she also likes R&B, and September, Earth, Wind, and Fire was playing, but I'm pretty sure it was Monmouth. I knew by the way she was looking and talking about the possibility of moving back here, that she was very excited to return to the old stomping grounds, hear the bagpipes, and potentially wear a kilt one day.
Monmouth is a truly special place for our entire family, and our parents are thrilled to be back, but so are we. Monmouth College is a community of really caring, bright, and ambitious people, and we think our mother is uniquely equipped to lead the college into its next chapter. Her compassion, thoughtfulness, endurance, and joy makes her an incredible mother, and we think it'll make her a really fantastic college president, too. We love you, Mom.
Beautiful, and thank you. Good afternoon. How exciting it is for my wife Sandy and me to be back at Monmouth College, where we spent 8 really great years of our life here. And it's uniquely special to be here for the installation of our good friend and colleague, Pat Draves, as the 15th president of this outstanding institution. You know, a great college like Monmouth is made up of at least 6 major components, and they're represented here today. First of all, engaged and inquisitive students. Then a talented and committed faculty, a supportive and capable staff, a forward-thinking and well-rounded board of trustees, enthusiastic alumni worldwide, and a community that positively interacts with the college. It is so reassuring that all of these components exist at Monmouth College today as they have in the past. In the brief time that I have had to observe the students of Monmouth today, they continue to be a very special group. They're bright, engaged, and proud to be part of this college community. They've selected Monmouth College as their institution, and they remain the reason that Monmouth College exists. Monmouth College continues to be blessed with a committed faculty. Dr. Mark Wilhart. Mark arrived as a junior faculty member when I was here. In fact, his father, Gary, was on the faculty when I first came. Mark is representative of the college's faculty here today who have committed their lives to teaching and mentoring students to be all that they can be. And like the Monmouth College students, the faculty have chosen to be a part of this outstanding college. Monmouth continues to have a caring and conscientious administrative and support staff. It's great to see Roger here today representing them. When I was here, Roger was the coach of Monmouth's nationally ranked men's and women's cross-country, track, and field teams before moving full-time into administration. The support professionals here at the college remain critical components in assisting students on their college journey. Since the college's inception through today, the Board of Trustees has established the mission and vision of the college, and the board continues to invest heavily in the college and its students. Chair Mark Kopinski, who you heard from earlier, is a representative of the women and the men who continually commit to the college's growth and strength. Monmouth's alumni, represented in the processional today, are another component of a great college. Numbering into the thousands, proud Fighting Scots enthusiastically continue to promote and support their institution. And finally, a great college continues to be a mutually supportive participant in the community in which it resides. I well remember how Monmouth College previously partnered with the city of Monmouth to close streets and acquire properties to expand the college's physical footprint to the north to meet the needs of its students back then and into today. Mayor Rod Davies helped us to do that back then, and it's a pleasure to see that Rod is still here as mayor. How many mayors could last that long in a community? I remember in gratitude to the city and in recognition of its support, Monmouth College then donated a fire truck to the city. So we've been uniquely connected and intertwined and mutually dependent on one another for success. So with all these 6 pieces in place now as in the past, it is an outstanding opportunity to welcome a new but deeply experienced and already successful president to lead Monmouth into an even brighter future. Now you gained some insight into Pat the mother from William and Benjamin. I'm here to share with you some information about President Draves as an educator, a visionary, and a leader. Pat and her husband Jeff were hired to the chemistry faculty here at Monmouth in 2002. Jeff, an alum of Monmouth, emerged from a national search and was selected to join our faculty. During the recruitment of Jeff, we learned that his multi-talented wife, Pat, also a chemist, was available to join Jeff on our faculty. What a coup it was for Monmouth to get both Jeff and Pat at the same time here together. Both were amazing teachers and mentors, Pat was soon elected to the Faculty Senate here and assisted Monmouth on a search committee for a new academic vice president and dean. During that search, I couldn't help but notice that Pat possessed all the characteristics one would expect in a dean herself. As fate would have it, after a wonderful and fulfilling tenure here as president, I moved on to be the president of the University of Mount Union, where I had previously served as a vice president. Mount Union would have been the only school that I would have left Monmouth for because of my history there. They're both very dear to my heart. As fate would have it, at Mount Union, we immediately needed to search for a new academic vice president. I remembered Pat Draves. I encouraged Pat to apply for the position in a national search, and of course, she emerged from a very talented pool and became the Mount Union academic vice president. I had the good fortune to see Dean Draves in action. She's an amazing leader. She has vision, creativity, and drive. Her collaborative style is apparent, but she can also be directive and is very goal-oriented. During her time as the vice president at Mount Union, she was the point person for revamping our general education curriculum, developing our first graduate programs, and moving Mount Union from a college to a university. I'm not suggesting that is the agenda here for Monmouth, but I'm using it to illustrate the talents that Dean Draves possesses. Sure enough, after a successful tenure as dean at Mount Union, Pat was identified and selected as the president of Graceland College, where she served for 8 years. Graceland made great strides under her leadership, in particular, structuring an innovative curriculum and working to stabilize enrollment and financial operations through COVID. Graceland has many similarities to Monmouth, but also some differences. But Graceland provided President Draves with great experience successfully presiding over a college. It almost seems to me that Pat was meant to be the president of Mount Union. She married an alum, so she already came in as a fighting Scot. She's been a faculty member here, so she knows what it means to be successful and inspirational in the classroom. She's a proven planner, a successful fundraiser, and a committed proponent of the liberal arts as they are presented in a small, private, selective institution. As President Draves articulated in a recent interview, she is intensely supportive of Monmouth College's mission and committed to its students. She welcomes being part of a team composed of faculty, students, alumni, and friends. And moreover, she is dedicated to preparing graduates for meaningful lives, careers, and doing powerful things in the world. President Draves brings with her a wealth of experience and an unwavering belief in the transformative power of education. Her vision for Monmouth resonates deeply with its core values, and I am confident that under her stewardship, she will not only honor the rich legacy of those who have come before, but boldly chart a path toward a future filled with innovation, inclusivity, and growth. President Draves and Monmouth College are a perfect match for one another at this time in its history. Please join me in welcoming my friend, my colleague, and the 15th president of Monmouth College, Dr. Patricia Draves.
Dr. Patricia H. Draves, do you affirm that you accept the office of the President of Monmouth College with a deep belief in the power of the residential liberal arts experience, with a full and enthusiastic commitment to the college's mission. With you, pledge to lead in a spirit of inclusiveness and community, and in the words of our alma mater, keep this flame of white and crimson burning even brighter.
I do so affirm.
Patricia H. Draves, by the authority vested in me by the Monmouth College Board of Trustees, it is my honor to install you as the 15th president of the Monmouth College. And I ask you be invested with the Presidential Medallion. I give you the 15th president.
Thank you. First, my formal response. Mr. Chair, thank you for leading the ceremony of covenant and our community commitment to Monmouth College. Your words inspire and challenge us all in the Monmouth family to do our best for this great college and to its mission and values each and every day. Collectively, your commitment to Monmouth, support of me as the 15th president, is a covenant. I'm so honored and humbled to be entrusted with this responsibility, and in return, I commit to the Monmouth community, all of you, through my solemn pledge that I'll serve Monmouth and all of its families, past, present, and future, to do the best of my ability. I promise to uphold the mission, the values, and the heart of this special place. I also will seek your counsel and wisdom as the Monmouth leader and the caretaker, and will continue to support all of you as generations of past leaders have done before me. So now, more importantly, and more probably authentically, my informal response. Wow, what a day. Wow. I feel like after all those words, I should just go down to the plaza, have a glass of wine, because it ain't gonna get any better than that. But you're gonna have to hear a few words from me. First of all, I got to touch the rare book with no gloves on. That doesn't happen very often, as we know in the academic world. And who can top this? I get to wear that as well. So I am, again, rest assured, I do promise to do the best for the college as we all commit. I've spent the last several months getting to know many of you. And so I just want to take a couple minutes for you to get to know me better by introducing some of the people that I love the most in the world. First, you heard a lot about my husband and life partner and best friend, Jeff Draves. And he's sitting over there. Our twin sons, Benjamin and William, who you met earlier in our joys of our lives. And I had no idea what they were gonna say, but I gotta tell you, wow. And our official new daughter-in-law, Paige Felger, who is with us today. And let me just list a few other people, and then we can applaud for my family because they are a joy of my life. My dad, Tom Holland, also known as the first Spider-Man, who is now a Monmouth citizen, who instilled the value of education in his 3 daughters. My brother-in-law, Phil Draves, and my niece, Carol Ahern, who are with us today. We're missing my sisters, Margaret and Mary Beth, and some of their families but colleges, jobs, illnesses have prevented them from being here. But they're all online, so hi guys. And I also want to give a warm welcome to Jeff's alumni and fraternity brothers that are joining us this weekend. I'm sure you'll hear from them. A special thanks to my colleagues at the University of Mount Union and Graceland University, who I served with, but more importantly, taught me so much about working together. And to our many friends that couldn't be here, thanks for being here. But like most families, we experience loss, and today, on special days, we miss them. Jeff's parents, my mom, our precious daughter Allison, who grew up here to be a fine teenager, because many that are with us today. And thank you all for being here in spirit, and the joy and the love that you gave us while you were here on earth. So thank you. So now, onto my inaugural address. So good afternoon, and here we are. You know, I have to say I'm overcome by the love and the support and the deep connection we all have for Monmouth, and to be standing here as the 15th president of this amazing place with my family and friends and Monmouth community is such an amazing honor. I was reminded by my sons, yeah, we really did talk about this online at Walt Disney World, where all important decisions are made. Mr. Chair, I will also tell you that not all Monmouth decisions will have to be done at Disney World, but maybe some. So to all that are here online or in person, my faculty colleagues, the dedicated staff, our proud alumni, honored guests, and welcoming the welcoming Monmouth community, our devoted board of trustees, and the very vibrant, enthusiastic students of Monmouth College who chose the shade, welcome and thank you for being here today. You know this, I couldn't do this without you. Yeah, do a shout out, come on. Let's go. Today, as I stand before you at this special time, our college is steeped in over 171 years of rich history and tradition. I'm filled with gratitude and responsibility. It's just not a privilege to be your president. It's an honor to be entrusted with a legacy. And that legacy here at Monmouth is built on scholarship, on leadership, community and service, and transforming students. Those of us entrusted to be stewards, and that's all of us here, will now work to grow our future, building on the strong roots of the legacies gifted to us by those in the past. Why? Because the world needs more Monmouth Scots to shape and lead our world. It is our call, and the world is calling us to do it. The theme of the inauguration is rooted in legacy, growing our future. When you think about the word root, several things come to mind. For some of us, we think about the roots of a plant. We know they're underground, and they are there for support, for nourishment, for moving a plant, for strength and growth into the future. We at Monmouth are blessed with a strong and deep roots. It all began in 1853 in the rapidly growing Midwest frontier from a group of civic leaders and the energy of the Irish Presbyterians. Faith, education, and economic prosperity all coming together was part of the vision of this college to meet the changing needs of society. With a new railroad, the most promising agricultural area in the Midwest at the time, passionate leaders, and $1,150 in their pocket, we launched Monmouth Educational Academy. In 1853, we started as a high school of 100 students, and shortly after, in 1857, the state of Illinois granted the charter of Monmouth College. And I'll just take a little pause here. I graduated from Mount Holyoke College. I worked at Mount Union. I'm working at Monmouth College. My fear for today is to get my M's mixed up. So thank you for your grace when I do that. David Alexander Wallace became our first president. And like me, Wallace spent some time in New England and Ohio before Monmouth. But he did it before turning 30 years old. It took me just a little bit longer than President Wallace. But I'm reminded each day, as Mark reminded us earlier, when I enter my office, which is just over here, the legacy that I have been given as I enter Wallace Hall. While it's easy to talk about history as part of the old glory days, it wasn't in the beginning. The college began in an old rented schoolhouse. The infrastructure in town consisted of planks of wood for sidewalks, and chickens and cows were roaming as students went to class. We've certainly come a long way. Just look around. But I share this because it laid the core characteristics and the values of the college, the characteristics of perseverance, of resourcefulness, determination, and love of place, and our enduring values of curiosity and community, integrity, service, and leadership. Instilling those legacy gifts of core values our founders passed down is now our responsibility. We have hundreds of examples of legacies gifts that got us here today. And for our alumni in the audience, I know you are thinking of a faculty member, a coach, a scholarship donor, a staff member that were gifts in your life. Let me share 3 of them as examples that are special to me. Example 1, Dr. Richard Keefe. Raise your hand if Doc Keefe was a gift in your life. Look at that. Let me walk you through how it changed my life. Yes, Jeff Draves, my husband of 35 years, it involves you and you don't know it. Jeff, as a Midwest boy, born in East St. Louis, Illinois, raised by 2 loving parents who both quit high school by the age of 14 to help support their families, found his way to Monmouth thanks to a dedicated admissions counselor. Jeff was interested in science and football and having a little fun when he came to Monmouth, and I know he accomplished all 3 of those. But he also accomplished so much more because of Doc Keefe. Doc Keefe was a chemistry professor, a friend, a colleague, a trustee, as you saw, to many on this campus. Doc was Jeff's mentor and encouraged Jeff to dream bigger for himself. A PhD in chemistry, an industrial and academic career, a fantastic husband, a loving dad, I know Doc would be proud of Jeff. Jeff embodies what we do at Monmouth. We transform lives and help students dream bigger and achieve more potential than they know they have within them. It's the Monmouth way. As Jeff's lifelong partner, I'm the direct beneficiary, and I've witnessed firsthand the hundreds of lives he's gone on to change, many of those right here as a college professor at Monmouth College. When Doc recruited both of us, we were so thankful that we can make a difference. So thank you, Doc Keefe. Example 2, the guy standing behind me, Richard Giese, and Richard and Sandy Giese. As you read through Monmouth's history, Dick Giese was one of the most influential presidents. He, with Sandy, were a dynamic duo and matured and advanced this college in many ways. They brought an energy and structure to fundraising, which helped build the endowment and transform the physical campus. He brought us amazing facilities such as the Huff Center and the Peacock Baseball and Soccer Complex. Dick and Sandy will be the first to admit that they did not do this alone. And the Board of Trustees members were actively engaged and unbelievably generous. People like Walter Huff and Staff Peacock, Bill Trubeck, David Burns, David Bowers, Bill Goldsboro, to name a few, and I know there's a huge list to go on. The Giese legacy has positioned us for growth into the future. But another part of their legacy is the mentoring, friendship, and encouragement the Gieses gave our family. I had the good fortune to work with Dick, as you heard, when I was a faculty member here, and then for 9 years at the University of Mount Union as the Vice President for Academic Affairs. I learned about leadership, change, uncovering potential, and caring for others. He did for me what Doc did for Jeff. Uncovered some of my potential that I didn't know and that was there. In other words, the Monmouth way. Our family shared a fun trip to China with the Gizis, and they also guided us through the darkest time with the loss of our daughter. I share this not only because I personally owe the Gizis so much, but that you can see people leave legacies in many ways, in real estate, in buildings, but on the impact they have on others. Dick and Sandy's are legends to me and our family and to Monmouth. Thank you, Dick and Sandy. And finally, are my biochemistry classes at Monmouth about 20 years ago. And here's a few folks, quick, take note. Amanda Harwood, Lindsay Ditzler, both professors at liberal arts colleges, Nicole O'Clair, Maggie Donnelly, Nat Hammer, Corey White, both in bioscience companies as leaders, Amy Hornick, Danielle English, teachers of science in public schools in Oregon and Chicago, Kristen Brady, a nurse, a cancer survivor, health administration, Lee Bradford, orthopedic surgeon, Kevin Watson, research associate, Tim Gordon, director of data science, blah, 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 and the list goes on and on. Well, I could talk about them, and I'm so proud of them that I got to be part of their journey. I do want to highlight a couple. Surprise, Wendy Thomas, Erin Delaney, and Frank Clark. Wendy came to Monmouth from nearby Iowa. She was one of the hardest workers I knew. She was fixated on going to medical school, and nothing was going to stop Wendy. She was also a rodeoer, and she could barrel race better than anyone that I knew personally, and had a deep love of animals. She loved science, medicine, and animals. While it took time, right, and I'm looking at Dr. Fasano out here, to help Wendy uncover a real passion, veterinary medicine, she found it. And she has had a very successful vet practice ever since. Erin Delaney came to Monmouth from Chicago with the goal of going into the FBI. He wouldn't mind me saying he had some catch up to do from his high school preparation, but his work ethic helped him move into a space. He opened up his mind to different possibilities, and now is a successful senior director of Eli Lilly, running their clinical data management program. And Frank Clark, who's Mr. Liberal Arts. Frank came to Monmouth wanting to be a doctor and stayed true to that. And he moved on to Northwestern Medical School and is now a psychiatrist in South Carolina, and also writing children's books on positive self-image. Again, when I met these three, they were all determined, but they didn't have the confidence or the depth of understanding in all they could accomplish. This community with coaches and staff helped them uncover the Monmouth way once again, all that they could be. And wow, what a difference they're making in the world. These Scots I mentioned strengthen our roots and nourish them, and now it's our turn to take that legacy and grow us into the future. So today, we are at a crossroads. We hear a lot. It is said that we are entering the most disruptive, exciting, and creative time in higher education. It is said we are in the most scary, risky, and doom and gloom time in higher education. And it is said there will be winners and losers in a time of expansive growth and retention. Yet the landscape of higher ed is rapidly evolving, and yeah, sure, it's a little scary. I believe we're actually on a verge of a revolution shaped by technological advances, demographic shifts, and the opportunities that are available to us in an interconnected world. Yet in this moment of change, I'm reminded of our college characteristics: perseverance, resourcefulness, determination, and love of place. The legacy of our founders, and the legacy of people like Wendy and Doc and Dick and Sandy. Around 1990, there was an environmental experiment called Biosphere 2. Remember that? Well, it was originally meant to demonstrate the viability of a closed ecological system to support life in human life in outer space. While it wasn't much of a success, there were several things learned. One of the things that was learned is that trees would not fully mature in this space and would often fall over before they have grown. This is because in a closed ecological system, it lacked wind and other environmental stressors, causing them not to develop their root systems strong enough to support their weight. They were missing the stress of the wind to help trees grow the resilience and strength that they needed. Monmouth College has endured and survived many stressors over the years. Wars and fires and deaths, pandemics, students setting off alarm clocks going off in required chapel. We have survived all of these stressors and grew deeper roots as a result in having this amazing college. As we look to the future, we must cultivate a vision that honors our past while embracing the opportunities ahead. I envision a Monmouth College that is the beacon of academic excellence, celebrates the Monmouth way, takes advantage of this outstanding location, and is a place where students from all backgrounds come to learn, to grow, and to challenge one another to reach their full potential and shape the world. In Lewis Carroll's classic, Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat tells Alice, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will do." For a college today, any road will not do. We need to focus our paths, and we're in the midst of doing just that. Over the past months, I've been listening and collecting information and ideas from all of you about the future of Monmouth. I've been an avid student as we form the vision together, but to help things get rolling, we need to focus on a few. The Monmouth Momentum, our 5-area focus that many of you have heard already, are the following, right? Enrollment and revenue. We need to grow our number of students to make that bigger impact on the world. We have wonderful students here, and we just need more of them moving forward. Our distinctive Scots education. The Scots experience is a powerful one. The intentional learning and growth that happens in athletics and Greek life and residence life, along with our wildly successful academic program, must integrate and come together to maximize those two things to make ourselves stand out. Culture of connection. Growing our future is going to take us all here working deliberately, moving Monmouth community forward. And our financial future, keeping Monmouth affordable for students while delivering a high-quality education and keeping an eye on the long-term success of this great institution. And finally, digital transformation. In an increasing world of our connected world for our students and faculty, we must be equipped not only with hardware and software, but the training, the ethical framework, these tools of humanity as we think about technology moving forward. So as we tackle these priorities, we come from a position of strength. We have an abundance of blessings here, as so many other campuses just don't enjoy. A beautiful campus, outstanding facilities, a strong endowment, a very dedicated staff, creative and innovative faculty members, happy students, great student-athlete experience, a dedicated alumni, community support, and the list goes on and on. We're ready to enhance our commitment to the innovation and to create opportunities, our own opportunities, as we grow into the future. I'm so thankful that I get to do it with all of you. In closing, let us remember that we honor our history, but we must not be bound by it. Monmouth College is a living, breathing entity, one that has the power to adapt and to grow. Together, we will forge a path to our future filled with promise, filled with innovation and opportunity. A future that's rooted in our legacy while embracing the boundless potential of what is yet to come as we grow into the future. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to Monmouth College. Together, let's embark on this exciting journey, united in our mission to empower leaders of tomorrow. Thomas Hannah McMichael, the fourth president of Monmouth, said, "Monmouth's progress and growth were possibility because of friends. Old friends stood true and new ones were found." So thank you, old friends, and welcome new ones. Here's to a bright future for Monmouth College. And roll Scots.
It's great to be a Scot. Let us pray. God of mystery and wonder, we are richly blessed by Dr. Draves' wisdom, dedication, and vision. As we depart, may we be inspired by her commitment, recognizing that the stewardship of Monmouth College is not hers alone, but a shared calling for each and every one of us. Grant us the wisdom to move past fear, to embrace hope, to extend Monmouth's spirit of compassion and community to all who come to this special place. Let us remember the roots planted by those who came before us, and with gratitude for their contributions, take up the call under Dr. Draves' leadership to lay the foundation for the generations yet to come. May we go forth with a commitment to action, fostering connection and care, so that the values of Monmouth College may continue to shape and inspire everyone who walks this sacred space. Let us go now in peace and service. Amen.